So George Biddle's life policy has finally run out. Now, you've seen the 6 suspects so far, but which one had the strongest motive for murder? Did a guilty past turn Mrs. Peacock into a killer? Or did a dark secret provide Miss Scarlet motive for murder? Was the suspicion of arson enough for Mrs. White to kill Biddle? Did Biddle uncover something unsaintly about the Reverend Green? Or did Professor Plum have a better reason? Or did a broken promise prompt Colonel Mustard to murder? Our 6 suspects. Right, well, you've seen 6 suspects, 6 weapons, and 6 rooms. Now, I should tell you that only the murderer can tell lies. Everybody else must tell the truth. The murderer can tell lies and probably will. Pamela and George, make a start. Who do you want to interrogate?
I'd like to put my first question to Mrs. Peacock.
I'm listening.
Are the candles family heirlooms?
Oh, certainly, yes. They're stunning, Georgian, pure silver, very heavy, and they've been in the family for a long time. I believe at one point they belonged to the Duke of Norfolk's family.
That'll do for now. Thank you very much.
Okay. Gaby, Frank?
Yes, first question to Colonel Mustard. What did you want to talk to Biddle about?
He'd offered me a seat on the board of his insurance company, and I wanted to see how those plans were progressing.
Thank you.
George and Pamela, one more.
Right, now, Mr. Scarlet, why did you put pressure on Colonel Mustard to get rid of him and, presumably the him, or was the him, Mr. Biddle?
Well, it's...
personal, obviously.
It's very awkward, yes. Yes, it was Mr. Biddle. That was the him. And I'd really rather not go into it. It really doesn't have anything to do with events that you saw earlier. It's
I don't think I can accept that at all.
No, it might, actually. I think we do deserve a better answer.
Come on, Vivian, spit it out.
I just didn't want the insurance people to go through my things, that's all. And I had something that I was rather worried that they would find out about, and I prefer to keep it quiet. It really doesn't matter now. I'm sorry.
OK, now let's leave it there. Gaby and Frank, one more question.
Well, I'm terribly interested in lovable, homely Mrs. White. I mean, I can't believe Mrs. White, the lady who's been in service for so long and is a very experienced housekeeper, would not keep the teapot in the kitchen. Now, why did you go scurrying away from the teapot? Where is the teapot? Miles away from the kitchen?
No, I'd collected everything from the dining room and I'd taken it into the kitchen and I'd got the tea all ready and I suddenly realised I hadn't got the teapot. It's always kept in the dining room, the best teapot. The other one, of course, that we use every day, but I wasn't using that. I was using one from the set.
Thank you, Mrs. White.
I went
Thank
through
you, Mrs. White. Pamela and George.
Reverend Green, I'd like to put a question to you.
Yes, hello.
What dealings have you had with the Cosmopolitan Insurance Company in the past?
Ah, yes, well, I thought you might ask me that. I do have a confession to make about that. I did apply for life insurance once through Cosmopolitan, and they did say on the form, have you been recently medically examined? And I said, yes. And I hadn't.
That's a dastardly thing for a man of the cloth.
Well, for a man of the cloth it is. But I have to come clean now about that. I'm sorry.
Right.
OK. Frank, Gaby, one more.
Yes, to Professor Plum. Now, you're not a member of the family, so why were you so concerned about the insurance people being there?
Well, are you familiar with pre-Columbian art?
Not personally, no, but do tell me.
To enlighten you, there are very small little sort of figurines from South America and Mexico, and they're horrid little things, but they command enormous prices. And I discovered that the mud at Arlington Grange has the same consistency as many of these objects, and I made this machine which actually pressed some of these out, and we managed to sell them. Mrs. Peacock got some of the money as well as I got quite a lot. But unfortunately, 1 or 2 of them were stolen, and there was an insurance claim, and I have always felt it prudent ever since then to stay as far away from insurance investigators as possible.
Right, well, now we've interrogated 6 suspects. I'm not sure whether we're any the wiser or not. Pamela and George.
I think it was done in the study with the candlesticks by the Reverend.
Yes, I will go along with that.
You're very positive. Why do you think that?
Gut instinct.
I
I can tell you exactly where it comes from. It's about here.
What did I write down
And
here,
it's-
Pamela?
and it-
What did I put down here? I put,
Yes.
I don't believe Reverend Green. And that,
Gaby and Frank.
Drawing room.
Drawing room, yeah.
Candlesticks we're still sticking with.
And we're very suspicious about Miss Scarlett because
Very.
she's very evasive and she clearly wants somebody to do something.
There we are. Good.
She was asking one of the characters to do it, and he says, if I'm to do that, you must explain why. I need an explanation. Tell me why. And what is the phrase she uses? If you loved me, you'd get rid of him. Right? So she obviously wants to get rid of somebody, and I think in the end she probably did it herself.
Well, I must say you've been working out very, very, very hard. Now, you're saying, after all that, you're saying drawing room, you're saying the candlestick, and you're saying Miss Scarlett. I can tell you that not one single one of those is correct. After all that. I don't know why you're clapping, except it does mean that Miss Scarlett is exonerated. So Miss Scarlett, we know, is innocent.
I see.
Which is actually more helpful than possibly you might think. And George and Pamela, now, you said study, you said candlesticks, and you said Reverend Green, and I can tell you that one of those is correct. Okay, I don't know how you're doing along there watching at home, but join us again for some more evidence, some more clues on Cluedo in a couple of minutes.
What Arctic animal nurses its young for 18 months? Trivial Pursuit is back at McDonald's. There are £6 million worth of prizes. You could win one of 10 holidays in Jamaica with Thompson Faraway Shores. Or if you're really lucky, a hamburger. Pick up a card from McDonald's. Select one question, scratch out that question and one answer. And remember, every correct answer wins a prize. The £6 million Trivial Pursuit Challenge at McDonald's.
Easier rinsing Jif leaves nothing behind but the shine.